Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all who's watching this video. Hector Norma Castro speaking here, and right now I'll be talking about a topic that affects every single one of us: how to manage stress effectively. Our purpose today is to understand where stress comes from, what effects it has on our health, productivity, and relationships, and finally, what steps we can take to deal with stress in a healthier way. By the end of this presentation, you will hopefully have not just a better understanding of stress, but also some practical strategies that you can apply in your daily lives. Okay, stress in everyday life. Now, let's begin with a simple truth. Stress is a part of everyday's life. In today's fast-paced world, it is almost impossible to avoid stress completely. Whether it's a meeting, deadlines at work, preparing for exams, managing financial challenges, or keeping up with family responsibilities, stress is always present. Even in social interactions, something that should bring joy can sometimes add pressure. Think about the expectations we face from peers, colleagues, or even social media. These constant demands make stress one of the most common issues in modern society. That's why it is so important to not just accept stress as a normal, but to really understand it, because only then we can manage it effectively. Okay, moving on. Let's take a closer look at stress in the context of modern life. First, stress has become widespread, from students dealing with academic pressures to professionals balancing heavy workloads to families trying to stay financially stable. It is everywhere. Second, modern demands continue to rise. Many people feel they have to be constantly productive, always available, and always meeting expectations. This often leads to feeling overwhelmed, anxious, and burnt out. And third, we can't ignore the role of technology and social media. While technology connects us, it also brings new challenges. Social media, especially, can create unrealistic comparison. Seeing the perfect lives of others online can make us feel inadequate, and this visual pressure has a real impact on mental health. So in short, modern life has made stress both more common and more intense. Some of you might be wondering what happens if stress isn't managed. The first area it affects is our health. Physically, stress can cause headaches, muscle tension, fatigue, and even digestive issues. Over time, it can weaken the immune system, making us more vulnerable to illness. And mentally, stress increases anxiety, irritability, and reduces our ability to focus or think clearly. The second area is productivity. In the workplace or at school, stress can lower motivation and efficiency. A stressed person may struggle with concentration and decision making, which not only reduces the quality of their work but also create a cycle. Poor performance leads to more stress, and the cycle continues. Stress doesn't only affect us individually, it also affects our relationships. First, it can create conflict and misunderstandings. When people are stressed, they are more likely to snap at others or misinterpret words and action, which leads to unnecessary arguments. Second, stress can cause social withdrawal. People may start avoiding social interactions because they feel too overwhelmed. Unfortunately, this isolation can be misunderstood by friends or loved ones as a lack of interest or care, which further damages relationships. And finally, stress changes communication styles. Instead of being calm and open, stressed individuals may become defensive or irritable. This makes conflict resolution harder and relationships suffer as a result. So, stress isn't just an individual burden, it ripples outward and affects the people around us. Now that we understand the problems, let's look at the solution. The first step in managing stress is to recognize its origins. Stress doesn't just appear from out of nowhere. It has triggers. These triggers can be external, like exam, deadlines, or financial worries, or internals, like self-doubt or perfectionism. And a useful way to recognize stresses is to keep a stress journal. Write down what situation caused stress, how you reacted, and how you felt afterward. This helps identify patterns and gives you insight into what specifically causes stress in your life. Once you know the triggers, you can start to address them more effectively. Another powerful strategy is improving time management. When we don't manage time well, stress increases, deadlines sneak up upon us, tasks piles up, and suddenly everything feels overwhelming. Poor time management creates the feeling of being constantly behind. But the opposite is also true. But good time management, stress decreases significantly by creating a structured schedule, prioritizing important tasks, and breaking big projects into smaller, manageable steps. We regain a sense of control, and that sense of control is a key in reducing stress. Then next, let's talk about relaxation techniques. Relaxation isn't just about taking a break. It's about intentionally calming both the body and the mind. Techniques such as breathing, meditation, and progressive muscle relaxation are simple yet powerful. For example, deep breathing slows down the heart rate and lowers blood pressure. Meditation helps clear the mind and reduces negative thinking. Progressive muscle relaxation relieves physical tension that builds up during stressful moments. The best part is that these techniques don't require much time. Just 10 to 15 minutes a day can make a noticeable difference. And the more consistently they're practiced, the stronger their long-term effects become. Man, a healthy lifestyle is another cornerstone of stress management. First, exercise. Physical activities, whether it's jogging, yoga, or just daily walk, releases endorphins, the feel-good hormones that improve mood and reduce stress. Aim for at least 30 minutes of activity most days. Second, diet. A balanced diet with fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and lean proteins provides the nutrients the body needs to function well. Eating too much junk food or relying on caffeine and sugar may give temporary relief, but it worsens stress in the long run. And third, sleep. Sleep is often overlooked, but it's essential. Without 7 to 9 hours of good quality rest, the body and the mind don't recover properly. Poor sleep increases irritability, reduces focus, and makes stress harder to handle. Human connection is one of the most effective stress relievers. Talking to friends about stress can lighten the emotional burden. Friends often provide humor, empathy, and practical suggestions, which helps put problems into perspective. Family support is just as important. Family members can offer wisdom, encouragement, and unconditional support. They often see the bigger picture and can remind us of what really matters. The key is to not isolate yourself. Reaching out for others helps us realize that we don't have to face stress alone. Okay, the final step is cultivating a positive mindset. This doesn't mean ignoring problems or pretending everything is perfect. It means consciously shifting from negative, irrational thoughts to more constructive ones. For example, instead of thinking I'll never get this done, replace it with I'll break this task into smaller steps and finish them one at a time. A positive mindset encourages resilience. It helps us focus on solutions instead of problems, stay motivated, and approach challenges with more confidence. Over time, this attitude becomes a powerful tool for managing stress. Right, to wrap up, let's review the key takeaways. First, recognize your stresses. Knowing your trigger is the first step to control. Second, manage your time. Structure reduces overwhelm. Third, use relaxation techniques, simple practices that calm both body and mind. Fourth, live a healthy lifestyle. Exercise, nutrition, and sleep all that matters. Fifth, seek social support. Friends and family can lighten the load. And finally, cultivate a positive mindset. Focus on solution, not just the problems. Stress may be unavoidable, but it is manageable. With the right strategies, we can protect our health, strengthen our relationship, and improve our productivity. And I guess that's all I can say for this presentation. I do hope what I've just said will be beneficial, and that's it from me. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.